The Lindsay Clancy case is unfolding on two different tracks. Prosecutors are focused on what she did. The defense is focused on what was happening to her. Clancy doesn't deny killing her three young children, but her defense is painting a picture of a loving mother whose mental state was rapidly deteriorating.
Can you tell the jurors about how you saw her acting with her children as a mother?
She was very nurturing, very loving. She was a wonderful mother. Wonderful.
Did you ever see her treat her middle son, Dawson, bad because you didn't like him?
No.
Did she love Dawson, in your opinion?
She loved her children, all of them, very, very much.
The defense says something changed after her youngest, Callan, was born. Lindsay stopped sleeping. She was anxious, depressed, barely eating. And according to her former mother-in-law, the family knew something was very, very wrong.
Oh, do you have an opinion with your observations of Lindsay as to whether or not she was offered help and would just spurn it and not see doctors and not have treatment?
She was begging for help.
And during that period of time, you were there for her by text and by telephone and in person?
Correct.
Now, during that time that you were, let's say November and into December, the holiday season, do you recall the holidays for 2022?
Yes.
Can you tell us, was that a fun time for the Clancys?
Lindsay was struggling. We were all very concerned.
But getting treatment was one thing. Whether it was actually helping was another. The defense said that while Lindsay was taking Zoloft, she was battling insomnia, brain fog, depression, and at one point, she was going 2 days at a time without any sleep. Here to react is Brian Claypool, criminal defense attorney. Brian, to hear the sheer number of medications this woman was taking, I mean, dozens of different medications, certain counselors and nurses and doctors, providers were in touch with her, but then were not able or didn't get back in touch with her when things continued to decline. So this is, in many ways, looks like an indictment of our healthcare system and how overtaxed and frankly, worked a lot of these doctors are who are treating people with very, very serious mental health issues.
Yeah, hey, Laura, always great to see you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know as well as I do, anytime you get an insanity defense, in Massachusetts, it's what's called lack of criminal responsibility. But most of the time, those cases are dead on arrival. You hardly ever win with that. But here, there is traction for this kind of defense. Why? Because you've alluded to it. Clancy's lawyers have done a brilliant job of creating a trial within a trial. What do I mean? That they have put the mental health system in the U.S. on trial. You mentioned it. There were 5 different prescribers, 13 different types of medication, and 30 prescriptions. And by the way, none of those folks were talking to each other. So what Clancy's done is she's trying to get at least a handful of jurors to believe that, look, I was reaching out for help. I was suicidal. I said that I might even harm my kids. And what did y'all do? You never even called Child Protective Services to safeguard the kids. They could have been saved that way as well. So that's really her defense.
Well, and then as this is all unfolding, there's a lot of conversation about the husband here. And to the extent that, you know, people who are well-known celebrities, Lisa Rinna, she's weighing in on these conspiracy theories that Patrick Clancy was somehow involved or culpable in his children's deaths as well. Watch this.
All right, he did it. Patrick did it. Patrick's the one who did it, not Lindsay. I also heard that women typically don't strangle, but that isn't what a woman would do. They don't strangle.
Brian, is that credible, and how helpful, unhelpful, concerning is that type of commentary?
Yeah, that type of commentary is not helpful, Laura. Look, you can't be trying to indict somebody on social media when they're not even on trial. His behavior was a little bit unusual. For example, he took 2 solo trips, one to Latin America, one to Europe afterwards. So it does look unusual, but does that rise to culpability? Not likely, and it's not relevant in this trial.
Well, I'm glad more people are talking about postpartum depression and psychosis. It is real. It is devastating, and it needs to be treated more seriously by the medical profession that I think is trying to do the best that it can under extremely difficult circumstances. Brian, thank you very much for watching this trial closely.